All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the Game Week Double Gameweek 26 podcast, episode number 133. And I'm joined by my co-host Ayon as we look ahead to what midweek fixtures. We're getting into midweek fixtures because obviously there's FA Cup fixtures on the weekend. So the deadline is basically tomorrow or Wednesday early morning, depending on time zone you're in. Ayon, how have you been?
Yeah, good. As in outside of football, probably good because obviously, like if Arsenal don't fail to win the league this year, I think Liverpool will probably be like the biggest culprits of that because we've taken 4 points off them and given City 6. So yeah, obviously, pretty kind of like I would call it a spectacular game this morning to watch. But yeah, like I said, I think I've said this many times. Like it's never boring watching Liverpool, right? Like there's always some sort of drama. But yeah, overall good. And like just honestly, just really excited about the as in I say quality in maybe quotation marks, but just like how let's say competitive the league is this year. Like just watching so many like talents kind of thrive, and like it's not just like one team's kind of running away with it, and they're like, oh wow, these guys are like a million miles better than everyone. We're seeing quality kind of from everywhere. So yeah, which is obviously great from a fantasy perspective because like a lot of people are banging, but like hopefully we can give some tips onto who's going to bang next.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, you mentioned like there's always something to talk about Liverpool versus City. I mean, to be honest, the last minute, what do you think? What was your thought?
So it's right.
Yeah,
It's right because like the ref plays the advantage for Haaland to go and score, but then Haaland clearly fouls
yeah,
SUNvLIV as well. So then you have to bring it back to the advantage not being paid. So therefore it's a red card. So to be fair, like the game was gone. Like I was happy for it the goal for the stand right because if SUNvLIV gets sent off, obviously suspended for the Sunderland game,
yeah.
which we desperately need, but we don't even have any right backs. And I mean he's not even a right back himself, and he's playing there. So gonna have to play Ramsey, I believe, whose slot has been kind of like reluctant to play at right back anyway. But yeah, clearly, I mean, like super eventful game from him. Like what a free kick, honestly.
That
Like
was
just
a
like
thundering
that's.
free kick.
I mean, it's the definition of genius, right? Like like talent hits a target that everyone and no one can hit, and genius hits a target that no one can see. Like there wasn't even space for that ball to kind of go through, and then like I mean, I think they always kind of do this thing where Liverpool players set up their own wall, and then they kind of just like kind of move away at the last second, but the trajectory on that thing is just insane. So kind of remind me of I think like Essien hit like a outside of the foot curler once against Arsenal. Or was that inside of the foot? Anyway, I'm not particularly sure, but yeah, it was just like a really kind of like
The power on it felt like
just the power, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
And like Donnarumma just watched it, just
yeah, like
what are you
when I
going to do
used
with
to
that?
watch when Ronaldo was good at free kicks.
Yeah, because I think Sobosai said that Ronaldo is like his hero, and he modeled his technique off that
Yeah.
as well. Obviously, he's taken it to a little bit of a higher level because he's consistently been able to do it, right? Whereas Ronaldo, he's like kind of like continually chasing that high. But yeah, he scored like I think 3 free kick goals
This season, yeah, I think he scored quite a few.
this
If I'm
season, a couple in the Champions League as
Yeah.
well. So yeah, it's just yeah, it's like he's a head and shoulder by clearly our best player, and what the hell are we going to look like without him if we look this bad with him in the team as well? So should be exciting end of the finish, end of the season.
And it's Sunderland. Let's go to the fixtures because I think it's
Sunderland.
Sunderland
Sunderland at home.
away. Oh, it's Sunderland. Oh, it's
No, it's away.
Sunderland
Sorry,
at
we
home.
played them
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah, and
Yeah, we played them
Sunderland
at
are
home already.
undefeated at home so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, look, like the way this year's going as well, like a draw away from home is probably a good result for us. So yeah, I think it's like someone was saying like to get 5th place. I think like over the last couple of years on averaging like 66 points or something like that.
Yes.
We would have needed to have won 9 of our last 14 games before the City result. So now it's 9 of 13 games, which is just probably not going to happen, right?
No,
So,
I think this time
unless
will be lower, way lower.
yeah, probably. I like, and maybe who knows? Maybe Villa fall off a cliff with results. Even Chelsea are not super consistent as well. So like, I'm not going to say it's over, but like,
Yeah, I
not
mean,
looking good.
I think there are a lot of teams involved in that top 5 race. To be honest.
Yeah. I mean, we were Brentford and Fulham. Would you put them in there as well?
So, no, not really. And the reason I do that is not because they're a bad team. It's more that I don't think they have the depth.
Yeah,
when
later in the
in terms of depth as in like depth of quality. If needed for those specific games, like like you just on the edge trying to get a result somewhere. I think what Brentford have done with like Thomas Frank leaving, Initially, we made fun of it, like hiring a set piece manager.
We did.
It's
We
done
did.
so well. Fulham are 10th, right? So it's Everton below Brentford. So I think, yeah.
Yeah, Everton, Sunderland in between that. Sorry, yeah, Fulham is I was like, but like one result, obviously, like kind of
Yeah. I mean, I
pulls you
think
back. Everton were
if
good.
any of these teams can get just European football, I think that's an amazing achievement for all of them.
I mean, Sunderland, like, if I reckon they'd be absolutely thrilled with the Conference League, right? Because they'd be kind of like one of the favourites to kind of go and do something in that competition. So I reckon that'd be really cool. Brentford again, obviously, have they done European at all? I feel like they seem kind of Europa League. No, okay, maybe not. Maybe they just thought it's like a very good promoted team. For some reason, I guess I maybe just grouped them in with Brighton.
Yeah,
super well run and they
see
kind of
why,
get that. Yeah, exactly. That'd be really sick for them. Everton haven't been in European competition for a while as well, so that'd be really nice. But yeah, top 5 looking like Champions League, and then obviously 6 and 7 for Europa League, and then 8.
And then you have like
Conference League?
8
Yeah.
Conference League. Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, we'll have to see obviously because like you have Crystal Palace who are still in the Conference League. They are down there at like 13th. They go on to win that thing, then I don't know how that changes like the whole.
I don't think they've been too great in the competition so far.
Yeah,
but
that's true. But they're still in it, so you never know.
Yeah,
that's the thing. So yeah, okay. So fixtures. Obviously, this week is the double game week, first double game week of the season, which includes Arsenal playing Brentford and Wolves, both games away from home. And Wolves obviously against Forest and Arsenal. So those are the only 2 teams doubling this week, which means they also blank in game week 31. There is also a possibility that Manchester City versus Crystal Palace also ends up being a blank, but it's not fully guaranteed just yet because you never know. City, if they get knocked out in the Champions League knockout stages, I think like the first one, then they can easily play. I think in 31 potential. Oh no, they can't play in 31. They can play in that weekend of 31, kind of. Not the exact date, but like I think midweek they might be able to put something.
Oh, okay. So this is round of 16, right? Not the playoff round.
No, it's they're in the playoff round, right? City.
No, they're not. They came 8th.
Oh, okay.
They snuck in because Real Madrid lost. Real Madrid lost to Benfica. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. We're having Jose Mourinho part 2. Yes.
Yeah, and then that matchup happens again, which is just amazing.
Yep. So then I guess that's around the 16. I think that was the play. So, but anyways, we'll have to wait and see obviously how everything goes. But yeah. So we're gonna be talking about this week's fixtures mainly. And let me bring it up here. So we got projected goals and clean sheet odds. These are taken from Solely Analytics. And the only thing with this week is on the site, this is for everyone who's watching and wondering why it's so complicated around the Arsenal and goals section. It's mainly because the clean sheet odds are there for the respective games. Like Arsenal's clean sheet odds against Wolves is 51%, and the clean sheet odds against Brentford is 38%. However, there is no broken down expected goal odds. That's all combined into one, so it's 3.86. So I have no clue. Is it 2 plus against Wolves and 1 plus against Brentford? Oh yeah. So I didn't want to I just randomly guess and break it down like that. So I've just grouped it like that. The same thing with Wolves as well. Wolves have a combined XG of 1.59 across both games, with a 19% clean sheet chance against Forest and 12% clean sheet chance against Arsenal. Same thing with Forest. Forest actually have a 40% clean sheet chance against Wolves. And Brentford have a 17% clean sheet against Arsenal. So that's just how to explain that bit. But yeah, anything that stands out here?
I mean, obviously that's a lot to process. Yeah. I mean, not really. But obviously, because Wolves are just so bad, that a 5% kind of clean sheet percentage against Forest or Arsenal is it's neither here nor there. You just kind of they kept a clean sheet all season. I would actually not. Maybe you haven't. I mean, I'm sure there's some 0-0s that they've had.
I think there are a few 0-0s in there.
Yeah. Okay, that seems kind of on brand for what they're kind of putting up this season. But yeah, no, I mean, not particularly. I don't think it's going to be smooth sailing for Arsenal the rest of the way through. Obviously, it hasn't been smooth sailing for them kind of ever. It's just kind of the other teams are kind of failing around them, which has made it a little bit easier. But Arsenal fans are always talking about one bad result kind of tipping them over the edge.
Yeah.
So and this kind of the City result over Liverpool this morning obviously complicates things a little bit too. And I mean, and they have to play each other 38 or 36.
Who, Arsenal against City?
Arsenal and City, yeah, exactly. I think it's game week 30. It's a third last game.
I can go back to this. Arsenal play Manchester City in 33. which
33.
could
Okay.
which could
There
be
you
a
go.
double game week according to this potentially.
Right.
Where they could play City and Newcastle in
Sure.
that week.
Okay, right. That's is it Newcastle away?
It's Newcastle at
No,
home.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Oh, City
City's
City
away.
away?
City's away.
Okay,
So they had to
okay.
go to the
Right, right.
Etihad for that one.
Yeah, I mean, tough
Yeah.
fixture. I mean, like, yeah, that's like 6 weeks before or 5 weeks before the end of the season as well. So if City are in touching distance there, then that's like dangerous distance. But yeah, I think if whoever kind of gets over the line will stumble rather than kind of stride. I think.
Yeah.
Which is what makes it super interesting. But yeah, I don't envision maybe Forest pose a problem for Arsenal. I think Sean Dyche. I actually think Sean Dyche
Forest
is a pretty good.
this even this week or for this week it's Brentford and Wolves for Arsenal.
Oh, sorry. Apologies. I'm looking at the Wolves thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brentford. Okay, right. Yeah.
Brentford could pose because it's Brentford at home.
Yeah, I actually think Brentford have a pretty good record against Arsenal as well. At home too.
Maybe.
Like, there was a weird period of time where they played them like the first game of the season. Quite often.
When they first got promoted.
Yeah.
And they beat, that's the opening game. Yeah.
The opening game is like a Friday night game or something like that. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't envision them having too many problems. Yeah, perhaps Brentford do cause Arsenal. I mean, like imagine a set piece coach out set piece FC. That would be quite poetic, I would say. Even though that was quite a mouthful to get through. But yeah, obviously, Arsenal really struggled against Wolves.
Wolves have caused a few problems to some teams this season.
Yeah. But not the Liverpool or anything to kind of go by. But
don't worry, United
kind of
was also. I think we were the ones who gave Wolves form, and then they went on that form.
You guys beat them.
No,
what did you guys draw?
This was under Amarim. We didn't beat. We drew. I think.
Drew 1-1. Okay, right. Yeah, I mean Arsenal also drew 1-1 with them as well. So, but no, yeah, expecting them to kind of roll over. Who knows? Gyökeres notched a couple of goals this week. Maybe that's a confidence boost he kind of needed. We'll have to see. But yeah, I imagine pretty straightforward results. I see a draw in the Brentford game, but I think the Wolves game. But yeah, because obviously Arsenal double game weekend. Who are you kind of looking to captain? I guess is Gabriel an option here?
That's the question, because a lot of people are. I think the thing with Arsenal, when you look at their attack, right? Even not from a fantasy, just like if someone asks you who's going to be Arsenal's goal scorers for this game, I think Gabriel. He'll probably.
Oh, okay, right. Well, I mean, if Brentford are going to make it a set piece game.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? If it ends up becoming a set piece game, Gabriel is probably up there. In general, if you would probably think of Gabriel as a potential goal scorer in any of Arsenal's games because of the way they played. But if we were to generally ask who's most likely to score goals for Arsenal, you look at the Arsenal lineup and you go, can you pick a name that stands out where you go, this guy will get you a goal?
Can't choose own goal, unfortunately.
No, can't. I wish we could.
Yeah. That'd be sick if you could, in some sort of fantasy thing, if you could, back an own goal against the team. But yeah, I mean, I think Gyökeres now is 2 or 3 goals ahead.
Yeah, but he didn't start as well. Oh, no, he didn't start. I think it's Havertz who started and Gyökeres came off the bench as well for that.
Which I think Arteta's probably going to lean towards to do that in especially in the Champions League, where the game can be a little bit more stretched if teams are kind of flagging towards the end of the game. So yeah, I think that's probably the right formula. They look a very different team when Havertz plays versus when Gyökeres plays.
Yeah,
right? He doesn't use his body very well.
Who Gyökeres?
Yeah, for someone his size, which is kind of odd. But
we mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, right? Fat track bully, Gyökeres.
Flat track bully, right? Yeah,
exactly what he did in the last game.
Yeah, exactly. Picks up a few cheeky goals against guys that he's bigger and stronger than.
Yeah.
But not so much against the guys that limit the space and are a little bit more physical. But yeah, Gabriel, pretty good shout. I mean, Timber's going to play both games. But he'll probably have some output.
Yeah, and the only thing is you'll probably lean towards Gabriel because set piece wise, he's the target.
Yeah,
for them.
Absolutely.
And then I guess if you're looking at attackers, Havertz will probably start 1, maybe 2 games, depending on how it goes. Maybe Gyökeres could get the Wolves game. I don't know, potentially to start. Because we had to keep in mind.
But I think it's just so tight that Arteta's just looking for the right formula, and I don't think he's going to experiment and be oh, it's only Wolves. They desperately need it, right? You know what I mean? So if Havertz, especially because Havertz is relatively fresh because he's he was out for half the season.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
There's a FA Cup game in the middle of these 2 games as well. So
right,
there could be a B team that plays that FA Cup game. and then
Fourth round, right?
yeah, and so the like the main team is like rested for that one.
Yeah.
And then so again, Havertz probably could play Wolves as well potentially. But apart from that, like the only other options I would, if I was to look and get like an Arsenal player, would be Declan Rice because he takes a share of the set pieces as well. So it's
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
more routes to
absolutely.
points.
And free kick taker too.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Apart from that, I can't really like tell because like you look at Arsenal's wingers, Trossard plays. Sometimes Martinelli could play.
Yeah.
Then you have, I think Madueke is slightly more safer on that right hand side because right now,
Output this season.
as in like no, because Saka is injured. So for the moment,
Oh,
at
is he
least,
injured?
yeah,
I
Saka
didn't.
is
I
out,
didn't
right?
realize.
Saka is out for at least until the Spurs game, from the looks of it.
Right. Okay.
So there is a chance that maybe Madueke could play both games, but again, it's still like uncertainty on minutes that you don't want to bother.
Right. Okay. So I just looked it up as well. Arsenal playing Wigan at home. So
Yeah.
yeah, they don't need to play like a full strength team for that. So yeah, I imagine Havertz plays or starts both of those games. Yeah, it's tough to kind of pick anyone from Arsenal, I would say. Who actually? Yeah, like, I'm assuming Gabriel and Timber and Raya are like their top point scorers this year.
Gabriel is. I think
Yeah,
Timber is up there for ownership in terms of point scorers. Let me actually have a look. So Gabriel's on 135, Timber's on 121.
yeah.
Declan Rice is on 134.
He's got quite a few sneaky
Yeah,
goal
goals here and
contributions,
there.
haven't you?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep. And
yeah.
then there's Raya who's on 106. Everyone else is like, then you have to go to like Saka or Zubomendi, to be honest, after that.
Right. Okay. There you go.
So yeah,
Wow.
I mean, attackers are not really shining from this team.
Yeah.
At least at the moment. If you're picking anyone, it's more like a punt more than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. You know something.
Yeah. All right. So that's Arsenal. Triple captaincy, I think it's fine to put it on Gabriel because like the flow is pretty high. If they can keep 2 clean sheets, you're looking
Yeah.
at a minimum of 12 to 14 points potentially. And then if
Yeah.
he gets a set piece goal, then you're loving life.
How many triple captains do you get?
You can use it only once in like the second half of the season.
Second half of the season.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
We already got
Is there another? There's gonna be another double game week later down the line,
yes,
right?
so there will be another double game week. If we go by this, potentially, there's one for City, which could involve Arsenal and Burnley.
Right. Haaland does love a goal against Arsenal, doesn't he? Though.
And then you have Burnley.
Although he has been on a dry run, I think the penalty against us was his first goal in a while.
Yes, after some time, and he hadn't scored at Anfield as well. Having said that, to be honest.
Oh, true. It's first round he hasn't scored. Okay, right, there you go.
So
right here.
I mean,
streaks.
That's a tough one to say as well because like Arsenal, if it's a low scoring game, I don't know.
I mean, they're not exactly going to come to the Etihad and be like, "Oh, we're going to come outscore you guys." Like,
yeah. I mean, there's also another potential double in Brentford and Crystal Palace as well.
Right.
But this would involve City going all the way, and at this moment, we can't trust City to go all the way as well because they've also been pretty inconsistent this season.
All the way in the Champions League and the FA Cup.
Yeah, all of them. To be able to like get that other double as well, I think.
Yeah.
Because like, well, right, because that's the Crystal Palace game. Like the Crystal Palace game could go somewhere else, but I don't know. Like, we'll have to see. It depends on how they do in the FA Cup mainly. That affects the the Arsenal Burnley game.
Rodri doesn't look like the same player. Like
no, not as much. But like the whole City team is like not as consistent this season.
But yeah, tough to pick from Arsenal.
Yeah. I mean that's the thing, right? And like your other opportunities of triple captain, a Liverpool player maybe against Everton and Crystal Palace in 33 as well.
I mean, Ekitike, I think, is a good shout. I think he's been one of the standout signings of the summer, like amongst all the crap that we've kind of had this year. He's like just like everything that he does almost like pretty much turns to gold. Like he should have scored against City. Like he had a pretty easy header, I would say, that he kind of put wide, especially by his standards. Like he kind of puts those chances away. But yeah, I mean, like Szoboszlai does amazing things, but I don't think he warrants probably a triple captain.
No, it's only like Ekitike or Salah I would trust. Even Salah, like
Yeah.
he hasn't
No,
been the
probably not
same
this season,
Salah.
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's probably Ekitike from Liverpool. And then the
Yeah.
other team that the thing is with triple captain, you need to trust your player. Like
Yeah. That
And
means you got to trust the team
yeah,
by virtue of that as well, right?
that's the
So
thing.
would not trust them for this season.
Yeah. And then you have Chelsea who have United and Brighton. Potentially.
Right.
So all of those teams, the good teams, have at least one tough fixture in that double potentially. So this is the only
Right.
double with like some easy fixtures as things stand.
Yeah, good point.
So that's where people,
Easy.
yeah, on paper easy, but 2 away
paper.
games.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. So it's something for people to consider in terms of where they're going to play it, if it's going to be this week or like later down the line.
Yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, Chelsea leads. Cole Palmer show hat trick, first half hat trick. He's not.
He's so hot and cold.
He said he's not yet fully fit. Apparently,
Yeah,
according to him, which is fair
Right.
enough because he only played I think 60 odd minutes or something in this game as well.
Sure.
But then again, he got what, like 2 penalties. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really good finish though, to be fair. But yeah, again, so hard to trust him. So I heard this really kind of like it's somewhat niche, and it's like every time you add like a verb or a caveat to a stat, it always kind of like lessens it a little bit more. But Daniel Farke's record at home for nighttime kickoffs
yes, it's insane.
is 18-3 in the last 21 fixtures.
Yes,
which is
it's
just
actual.
nuts.
It's an actual stat.
Which is just So I mean, I don't get me wrong. Of course, I know it's a stat, but like obviously, like as you add more layers to it, it gets a little bit more impressive. But
Yeah.
like even with only 2 layers, I find that just insane.
But I don't know if that's. I think there's nighttime kickoffs at Ellen Road.
Yeah, at home. Yeah, exactly.
But this is
So,
this is a away game. Unfortunately, it's a slightly different.
it's a away game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the early game as well. Isn't it? So
Yeah,
something
and
like
it's
that.
Chelsea at home compared to
Okay.
that's the
Oh,
thing.
sorry, it's a midweek fixture, so they're all at nighttime kickoffs, are they?
Yeah, they're all nighttime fixtures. It's just that
Right.
this is Chelsea. If this was at Ellen Road, I would have been on it. Like
Right.
I would have agreed with you fully. I'm like, okay, this is
Like
gonna
white
be
on rice.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't. I mean, like Chelsea could do a Chelsea thing and just be not very consistent, which is what they've been doing this season. I think Rossini's done a pretty good job though. Like the only 2 games he hasn't won are the 2 games against Arsenal.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, looking up, the players seem to really like him. He's like not that much older than they are, so like I think he's got like kind of like that kind of older brother vibe, which seems to kind of work well. Michael Carrick obviously kind of like benefiting from that too at this present moment. Yeah, more on that West Ham game later. But yeah, hard to kind of again, it's almost like hard to pick a Chelsea player as well because like it's like they don't have a guy, right?
So I think Joe Pedro is on that purple patch that
Oh,
we mentioned.
is he in the middle of his purple patch?
Yeah, he's still in the middle because he was the one who was. I mean, he got 2 assists right in this last game. One
for 2 fouls.
Yeah, effectively. That's all he needs to be. He's like Mark Cucurella. Like they're both like people you don't really like as a rival.
Cucurella is always getting absolutely
but in your team, you're like
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, again, while Joe Pedro is on this like purple patch, probably good to own him.
You've got him in your team, haven't you?
Yeah, I have him in my team. So I'm happy to have him for now. I've got Enzo as well. To be honest, Palmer wasn't fit. I mean, Palmer is not fit actually. And if one of those pins was after he got subbed off, Enzo would have been the one who was
Enzo's taking the pen. Yeah.
So I'm happy to own Enzo. I mean, would I go and get Palmer now? I don't know because so they've got Leeds and Burnley. You're getting him for 2 game weeks, and then after that it's Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Newcastle. So it gets a bit more harder after that. So anyone who's going there has to have enough cash, and also it's like short term.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it could be ups. I mean, what's Leeds away record if their home record is so good? I guess obviously it's nighttime kickoffs only, and that doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I don't really know how to check and see.
Sure.
Yeah.
Chelsea probably just have too much for them going forward, I think.
Yep. Everton versus Bournemouth.
Super impressed with Dewsbury Hall. Most times I watch him play, to be fair, like he's just seems like a cut above the rest of his team. He's back because he was at Leicester and then Chelsea, right? And then didn't get any minutes at Chelsea, and then obviously Everton. Can see him being an impact in this game as well. I don't think kind of like Bournemouth's midfield would be able to contain him super well. How mobile are they? Especially getting into those kind of like half spaces and things like that. That left half space, I think he operates in quite nicely. It causes a little bit of chaos, and like you're always like, is Grealish playing? Is he?
No,
was
I
he
think
injured?
he's injured still.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Maybe, perhaps that's to Drewsbury's benefit as well. Like he's probably going to get more rain. Got to be more creative
forward
in
as
the
well.
final third. Yeah, exactly. So he'd be, I think, a decent pickup in this game if you don't already have him. And Bournemouth, yeah, exactly. I don't know if you watched the Villa game.
Saw like highlights, and I saw Lucadine. Was Lucadine?
Oh my god, what was that? What was
the
it's like?
Red
It's just like
Sea.
it was like turnstile defending. Just like,
Yeah.
yeah, come on through. It's just he literally just shifted the ball from one side to the other, and Lucadine's just like, well, what do you want me to do about that? But it was a really good finish, to be fair. Like to near post, kind of outside the foot. Right. Raya was the guy's name?
Ryan, yeah. So I mean, he's a new player that they've got.
Sure.
So someone to kind of keep an eye out for in terms of Bournemouth.
Yeah.
However, like when you were just asking about Leeds' away record, I went and checked Leeds' away record this season. They've only won one game.
Right.
But at the same time, I was looking at Bournemouth this season. They've only won 2 games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they've drawn 5 and lost 5 away from home. So
sure. They've kind of tailed off, haven't they?
Yeah,
like their start of the season really strong.
I do expect Everton to come away with the win from this, but I won't be surprised if it's like a 1-1 draw as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised with that as well.
All right. 2 teams that are all over the place, to be honest. Spurs and Newcastle.
Yeah. Did you think it was a red card?
Yeah.
The Romero one?
Yes, I did, because of the way in slow motion it looks pretty bad.
But everything looks bad in slow motion. But
yeah.
I think we've got to consider like circumstances, because like he wasn't actually trying to make a challenge, was he?
No, I
like he's trying to kick the ball, and then Casemiro comes in and kicks the ball away, and his foot's just there. So he thinks he's kicking the ball, and then Casemiro is just too quick.
He's unlucky. I'll say that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like he's because Casemiro's ankle also bends, so he could have
exactly.
damage.
Obviously, like the angle is just really, really kind of bad too for that.
But then this is Romero. He's just
so rash. Oh, you see the Thomas Frank interview thing where it's just
like he didn't know.
It's actually not that bad. He's had the most red cards of anyone since he joined the league.
So like even that alone is just going to like, and he's because I don't know. People were saying like this is like the Argentine Brazil thing as well. Where,
bit of beef.
Yeah,
bit
of beef.
Right,
but like Romero just does stupid things, and like that was just another thing that was just like unnecessary.
Yeah, he got sent off against Liverpool as well. Silly challenge as well, but 3 games off for him. Newcastle away have been quite awful though, haven't they?
Yes.
But Spurs at home have also been awful. So we're expecting goals in this game, surely.
Probably, because both teams have been awful.
Awful in general.
I really can't tell you how this game is going to go, and I would just avoid both teams.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like I could say the goals would be scored, but I couldn't tell you who's going to score them from either team.
Yeah.
Maybe Barnes. I think I'm a little bit Barnes biased. I just kind of like rate Barnes. I think he's quite good in doses, but not obviously like over a whole season.
Solanke maybe. Voltemade. The thing is, I don't know what exactly like Eddie Howe is trying to do, because his team, if you look at it from a like playing perspective, his midfield is a very high energy midfield. That is like you have Joelinton, Bruno Jimenez, and also who is the other one? So you Tonali, Bruno Jimenez, and Joelinton, and
Joelinton.
Yeah. So all of them are like high pressing, high active midfielders. But then you try to play a different style of football as well, which is a bit more stale and all sometimes. And then you go, they don't function as well. And if like an opponent slows the player down, and then it's also like gives Newcastle the ball, whereas then Newcastle they can't press, right?
They don't know what to do with it. Yeah, very one dimensional.
Yeah,
just kind of odd to say of a Premier League, and like of a team that has like that is in the Champions League. Like exactly, they should be kind of like being able to switch. So. Like you said, it's probably one to stay away from like kind of other players. Who would be like the top owner? Yeah, exactly. Solanke maybe from Spurs.
Maybe.
Was injured?
Who?
Kudus?
Kudus, I think
He
he's been
didn't play
injured.
against United.
He hasn't played for a long time, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Let me check. Kudus. Kudus is injured, yes. Thigh
Yeah,
injury.
okay.
Expected back on the 11th of April. A
Right.
long injury.
Bit of time on the bench. Yeah, just stay away, I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah. I mean, I have Malik Chow on my bench.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Probably wouldn't. Would I start him?
I
don't know.
don't expect this to be a clean sheet game for either team.
No,
I expect
no.
both teams to score. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I
I
probably
mean,
might
and
not
the
start.
XG kind of agrees with that, right? So
Yeah, that's the thing. So I might not start him unless I really, really need to, but I probably might not. But let's see. So yeah, West Ham, Man United. West
here
Ham
we
have
go.
actually picked up some form, I should say.
They were I wouldn't say very good, but they were good against Burnley and away from home no less as well. So, but yeah, I mean, like, is the United strand going to be in the West Ham end, just like kind of like leading the chance to make sure like it's a really good atmosphere to keep the gimmick going?
I don't know. I think that there's by now he's hoping for a haircut very soon.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, his hair's really, I was half expecting him to get braids just to kind of like keep it under control. But yeah, United have been good. I didn't think they were amazing against
No.
Spurs. I thought obviously like Spurs kind of like self-imploded with like the red card and stuff, but they still had a few chances. And majority when it was 11v11, you guys had a couple of chances from distance.
Because
But
Spurs love to. So the thing with Thomas Frank, he plays this type of football that he goes outside the box shots, let them take it because he plays percentage football, low XG
percentage,
shots. Yeah, so he doesn't mind that. So United, like Casemiro and all, took those chances because we're going to allow it, and we do have players in our team that are capable of those like low XG shots as well because we signed like Cunha and Bruno,
obviously.
Yeah, all of them are like players who've overperformed their XG from last season because they take those like long distance strikes as well.
Yeah. So MBUemo and Cunha, right?
Yeah.
The two biggest culprits of that.
So it's fine. Like they just test the keeper. I thought Vicario was really good in that game.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was the second goal a set piece as well, or no? That was just from open play.
First goal was
Bruno's
a set
goal.
piece. Bruno's goal,
that was really well worked.
Yeah, that was like a training ground set piece.
Yeah, Liverpool scored a goal like that against City last year as well. Pretty much exactly that.
The second goal was open play.
Open play. Okay, right. But it was a nice dink ball to the back post of Bruno.
Yeah.
Can see. Yeah, I mean, like I think everyone should have Bruno in their team at this point, right?
Yeah,
like
I probably agree.
Like he is the guy at Man United at this point. And MBUemo also probably a good shout. Like seems to be kind of like doing well, and he's playing as the starting center forward.
Yeah,
and he's a midfielder, right? So that's
more points.
Big bonus. Yeah, exactly. Clean sheet opportunities and more points for goals. West Ham, even though they're kind of like on the up, but like to be fair, I can see this game being a draw.
The United stand would not like that, but yeah.
yeah. No, as like just because like I mean like United haven't been like
that's the thing. Like they haven't been fantastic, and we keep expecting a banana slip match. To be honest,
yeah, exactly.
And this could be that game. I don't know. I'm hoping not, to be honest, but like it is possible. We'll have to wait and see. We're still learning about this team as well as things go.
Yeah. But also, like I say, they haven't been perfect. Like the more time they have with Carrick, like clearly his principles have done something.
Yeah.
And the more time they have with him on the training ground, those principles will just get stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
So it could be. It is trending upwards because obviously you guys were on the floor like 5 weeks ago. So expect United to score.
I'd expect West Ham also to probably get something because so they have Mario Fernandes and SUNvLIV. Both players have been on decent form. SUNvLIV has actually had 4 goals in his last 4 games.
There you go.
So definitely a player to kind of keep an eye out for. And those last 4 games also involve Spurs and Chelsea as well, I should say.
Well, I mean, like, West Ham have won 4 of their last 5 games, and the only loss was the 3-2 loss against Chelsea, which was at the last minute, right? So
and they had a lead of 2-0 in that game as well.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think they had like Rosinha tried an experimental team in the first half,
and then screwed up. Yeah,
sure.
So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Should be an interesting game, but
could
be very
Bruno and MBUemo in your team probably.
That's
whatever it is.
All right, Aston Villa versus Brighton.
Speaking of teams who have good long-range strikers, right? They've kind of like regressed to the mean, right, in terms of XG, right? I think there was a game where they created like almost over 3 XG and they didn't score a single goal, right?
Who Aston Villa? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty recently. So, yeah, they've kind of been diving form wise. They're still in the Europa League, are they not? I believe.
Yes. Yes. I think all
Yeah,
the
should be
English teams
favourites.
are in the rest next round, to be honest.
Right, in the next phase. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I would highly back them to go deep in that competition as well. Do they have a squad? Probably. Actually, they've actually been pretty good at building their squad, right? They have a really high wage bill.
They do, which is why they struggle to like buy players. They've
Yeah.
got Tammy Abraham. Now Watkins also played. He's back from the supposed injury that was probably going to keep him out for some time. So he's back,
Yeah.
which is a decent boost. I think Morgan Rogers, as usual, is probably the only Aston Villa player to consider. Because I don't really trust any of the others. And their fixtures also, like from a clean sheet perspective, are no longer there. Like Matty, I have seen people own Matty Cash. Oh, actually, no, the fixtures are not too bad from a clean sheet. Like you have Leeds and Wolves after that. So
Yeah.
for anyone looking, I think Morgan Rogers is still probably the player to hold or buy eventually, maybe. Apart from that, I don't know if I want someone else, to be honest.
Yeah. No, Rogers is the one that I would kind of look lean towards. I mean, like he's going to go to the World Cup.
Yeah, he should.
I don't think he'll start, but I think he'll get some minutes there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Brighton on the other hand, struggling to keep clean sheets. I have Verbruggen. He's a bit annoying, and I'm looking to actually do a goalkeeper transfer this week for the team that will speak next in Crystal Palace. But yeah, Brighton. I mean, they're struggling to keep leads as well. Sometimes they concede late as well. So it's just I feel like Brighton are this team every season. They perform well in certain patches and then they don't perform well and then just end up mid-table.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't there a stat where they like in their last 210 games there were 70 wins, 70 draws, and 70 losses or something like that at some point? So, yeah, the definition of mid-table. But I guess like that's really good for them, given that they are not like their goal obviously would have been to like become a Premier League established team, which they've very much done now. Now it's just whether they can kind of kick on from that. And Tony Bloom being a very, very data heavy kind of guy and, getting talent through the door, whether that's coaching and players and admin staff and all that kind of stuff, it's kind of worked for them. But yeah, perhaps they've kind of like reached their level, which I guess is what happens to these kind of teams, right? Because like they just soon realize that without the like commercial revenue of these, like they'll just never be able to compete with like the bigger teams that have like overseas fans and stuff. So, it's tough. I mean, like, Welbeck started the season really well, didn't he?
Yes,
He was
he did.
amongst one of the top scorers for the
Yeah.
beginning of the season, but he's kind of tailed off recently, right?
Yeah, this thing, he's also pretty old, to be honest.
35?
Something like that, I think.
Yeah.
And he's been like carrying this Brighton team in terms of goals. They don't really have a proper striker as well, right? A recognized striker. That's the thing.
Well, is he not the guy?
He's the guy. That's the problem.
Right. Okay, sure.
I think for him to play like, because when I owned him in FPL as well, and I had his returns as well when he was scoring. It's just that when you get into these like phases of they had to play midweek fixtures as well, then it becomes a bit more harder for him to play like back-to-back fixtures.
Oh, it's because they signed that Greek guy, Stefanos Tsimas, but he got a cruciate ligament injury. In August. So yeah. But yeah, they have Matoma, Minte.
They have good players. But like really? Yeah. I mean they have Rata as well, who's been decent this season. But
oh yeah, I do like Rata actually.
Yeah, and they re-signed Pascal Gross, who's back at Brighton as well.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he scored a goal.
Is in this window?
Yeah. January transfer window.
He was at Dortmund, right?
I think so, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he's back as well. He was on the score sheet, I think the last week or the week before.
He's a bit of a Barclaysman, isn't he? I know, like he came late into the league or whatever, but like Barclaysman.
And then talking about Barclays, obviously we have Crystal Palace versus Burnley. Sean Dyche football, but
valid. I mean, so you're saying you want to get Henderson into the
I was thinking
team. I think he had a good game against Brighton, right?
Yeah, and if you look at Crystal Palace's next couple of fixtures, there's a reasoning why I want to think of getting Henderson. Is because Crystal Palace then play Wolves the following week after the week after. Then they play United and Spurs, which is not that great. But then they go play Leeds, and then they blank in 31. Now in 31, I have Dubravka as well, so I can play Dubravka against Fulham in that specific week. So I can easily bench Henderson. So I don't have to worry. Whereas if I compare that to Brighton, they have Aston Villa, Brentford, Forest, Arsenal, Sunderland, Liverpool.
Oh.
I can't see a single clean sheet in those fixtures.
Yeah, I'm kind of struggling.
Yeah. Whereas at least I can probably get 3 clean sheets. Burnley, Wolves, and Leeds maybe.
I mean, Crystal Palace have had some pretty bad form over the last
They
couple of
have,
months.
they
right?
have, they have. But I'm like playing the fixture at this point, and I think I'm hoping
Sure.
that they'll keep it a bit more tighter. Now, having
Valid.
said that, I did go and find like the last 6 game weeks XG conceded. They're kind of their bottom. Crystal Palace,
Wow.
half bottom. So they've kind of had some like poor form recently. Now I'm hoping that this week's game that they just played and the game before as well were like low scoring games. I'm hoping they're turning the tide in terms of that.
So let me just confirm. So minutes per XG conceded, does that mean the number of minutes it takes for them to concede 1 expected goal?
Yes, I would assume. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So they've conceded 8.96 XG in the last 6
Arsenal
games.
pretty insane. Arsenal, what, 184 minutes? That's a lot.
Yeah.
2 whole matches.
To concede 1 XG.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Yeah. That's kind of where you want to be honest. They had this
Really?
last season. I think they were at a point where before they tailed off, they were doing 200 something.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah.
But I think that just like comes as a result of them suffocating games, right?
Yep.
Less like just like, yeah, we're not going to create too many chances, but we're also not going to let you create too many. Which is obviously working for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, because you obviously look at their XG delta, and there are teams that have much larger XG deltas, right? So Aston Villa being
negative 3.5.
It's minus 3.5.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So they've considered more XG. Actually, that's in one way that's a good thing because, well, not really, because you'll revert back to the mean eventually. They're considering less than what they should be considering. So like they should have lost. They should have given away 3 more goals, but like yeah. So that's the thing. And then this was the attack where Chelsea were on top alongside Brentford. Brentford on second. That's why it could be a very interesting game against Arsenal as well. But yeah.
Man United close to the top for both of these.
Yeah. They've improved over the last.
Yeah.
That's including the City and Arsenal game as well.
So yeah, so this is the number of minutes it takes to notch up 1 expected goal.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
So yeah. Anyone on top of this is generally good teams to invest in.
Yeah, I mean, look, Arsenal, like mid-table there is just a bit insane. Like their defense really can't. I mean, like, obviously, like the eye test tells you that the defense is carrying them, but numbers don't lie at all, apparently.
Yeah, because if you look at the big chances created, only 12 big chances. Brentford have 21, right. United 17, Leeds 15.
It's the whole season.
Yeah. Oh no, this is last 6 game weeks, by the way. Not.
Oh, last 6 games. Okay.
Not whole season. Whole season will be slightly more different. Arsenal will
Brentford 21 in 6 game weeks.
Yeah. So at least they're way more efficient at it because long throws as well.
Well,
right?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Coyote loves a few long throws, so they have like those options as well. But yeah, like Crystal Palace, I was thinking of that. Obviously, Ismail Sarr has notched 2 goals as well now. He's on pens as well.
Yeah.
Stan Larsen.
He just got signed, right?
Yeah.
40 million? For 1 goal? What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
That Neymar deal really screwed us, right?
You see the effects still.
Yeah.
I think it's more to... It could be just that Wolves have like, okay, we're going down, we're just going to take as much money as we can.
Yeah, they need to raise some money. Yeah, for sure.
And Daniel Munoz is someone else. He's a very attacking fullback. Could benefit as well in this week. People are looking for some defensive players to buy. I don't mind if they want to go and buy some Palace defense because the fixtures are good. You play the fixtures and you hope that they keep clean sheets. Just hope that the form turns around. That's it. Yeah. Burnley, nothing really to add.
Yeah. I mean, I like Leslie Oguchukwu, but not because he's a good football player. I just like saying his name.
Yeah.
That's about it for me when it comes to Burnley. Yeah.
All right. Manchester City versus Fulham. Have City got back onto some form? Will that Liverpool win boost their confidence, or is it too early to say?
like, yeah, I didn't see anything spectacular from them this morning. Like their goals came from a Haaland flick. They did get through 1v1 once, and I had a decent half chance from Semenyo who kind of smashed one straight at Allison. But yeah, like they're just not the same team, and like I'm pretty sure this is Guardiola's last season. Like,
Probably could be. I don't
yeah,
know.
contract's running down.
That was the same as last season as well, and then he signed a new one. But I won't be surprised if he leaves at the end of this one.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, yeah, obviously, like it's usually a marker of when people are about to leave their jobs when they actually start speaking about the atrocities in the world.
Yes,
because they don't give a fuck if they're going to get fired or not. So
we should have signed more players. We should have spent more money. Like we're 7th on the net XP. I'm like, what?
What are you
so
saying?
much
Yeah,
money.
exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, Fulham scored 4 past City in the reverse fixtures, 5-4, right? Really, really, really good game. Yeah, how can they?
So Mark
can't trust City.
No, but Guehi has improved. I feel like City in general, it seems to have a positive impact on them. I have Harry Wilson as well in this game, so I don't know if I'm going to start Wilson or bench him. I have to kind of think about it because I'll be starting Guehi as well, to be honest.
Conflicting interests.
Yeah, that's the thing. Should I just hedge it and start both and hope for one to return or the other? I don't know. The thing is, Fulham are good at snatching late goals or snatching goals in the second half, generally speaking. So we'll have to kind of wait and see how they do against City. The game against Everton obviously didn't go as planned, but like, yeah.
No, not at all. Haaland been on a bit of a quiet streak as well. The pen against Liverpool this morning was his first goal in a while. Yeah, they've just kind of been fine. Yeah, it's kind of hard to put your finger on. Like I guess maybe they're a lot of their hopes are pinned on Rodri and him not being up to speeds. Just doesn't like give the platform for all these guys to kind of like flourish as much as they should be able to.
And Foden was also tailed down. And
it's so strange. Like, what even happened to him? Like the player of the season year, amazing. Like, where's he going to go from there? Then just off a cliff. I mean, like, I guess the same kind of thing happened to Palmer as well. Like did he win player of the season that year?
No. Wait, you mean when Palmer was at City or Palmer at Chelsea?
No. When Palmer's first season at Chelsea, did he win like?
No, he didn't win player of the season. But I think maybe he would have won Chelsea's player of the season.
Right.
But he also did tail off a cliff. Yes. Now I don't know how much of that he's tailing off a cliff. I don't know if he's still carrying like this injury that he's been carrying for so long. Because people said that he probably needs to do operation as well or surgery, to kind of fix.
But he doesn't want to do that to go to the World. But doesn't to go to the World Cup, whatever. Like do it after the World Cup.
So I don't know what's happening with him as well, which is why I don't want to I would suggest him as an FPL option, but there's so much uncertainty around him in terms of minutes.
He's quite expensive as well, right? So like you can't just sink a lot of funds into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, City. Who would you have from City?
Haaland. Yeah. I've seen people have Semenyo. I don't mind it because like they're still expected to score a few goals. I have Guehi, and I think Guehi is not too bad because he'll get to like the
he'll play.
Yeah, he'll play 90 minutes, defensive contributions. And he's sometimes a threat from set pieces as well, to be honest. Like he got it, not the Liverpool game, but like I think the game before that, he got into some positions of like goal scoring opportunities. And it didn't go. So he has that threat as well. So I don't mind him as an option. Yeah. We touched on Arsenal. We touched on Wolves. Forest.
They got bopped by Leeds, but again, that's just Daniel Farker at Ellen Road at nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a paddling. You're asking for a paddling, basically. So they're playing both. Sorry, they're playing
home.
Wolves.
Forest home, Wolves away.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, who would you have from Forest? Who is Chris Wood their striker still?
He doesn't start at the moment. I think he's injured, if I'm not mistaken. Forest striker is Igor Jesus.
Right, there he is.
Yeah. That's right. This foot is injured.
What happened to like Awani? Is he still there?
He's there as well, but I don't think he starts. Having said that, I wouldn't go like I think the only one I would pick was Gibbs White potentially.
Yeah.
Or Anderson.
How much is he?
Gibbs White is 7.3. Anderson is 5.3, And Anderson.
What does he give you?
DEFCON.
Like, that's it?
To be
He'll
honest.
play 90 minutes and give you DEFCON?
Yeah, so if you read his last, he's got. Okay, if I go back all the way to, I don't know, let's say from Aston Villa at Gameweek 20, 4, 7, 5, 5, 7, 4.
It's not bad for 5 million.
Yeah, exactly.
All sevens in there as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty decent.
Oh, and that 7 is when they drew 1-1 against Crystal Palace. He didn't get a single goal or assist. He purely got bonus points for the amount of defensive.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean,
pretty solid 5.3 mil pick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's purely it from Forest, to be honest, that I'd want. Probably wouldn't look at anyone else at the moment.
No, and Wolves are just absolute non-starter.
Yeah. If anything, you could look at their goalkeepers because even goalkeeper, I don't know, because Cells is out, and they
got Ortega.
They got Ortega, so they signed Ortega. Maybe he might be the one that ends up, because he played the last game against Leeds.
Yeah.
But he's 4.7 actually.
Okay.
So I don't know. Might be a bit too expensive.
It's because like they're meant to being at Man City, right? Just like bumps up your price.
Yeah. Sunderland versus Liverpool.
Both teams to score. I would say. How many? I couldn't tell you. SUNvLIV's out for this game, obviously, and he's been our best player this season. So that's going to be a bit of a problem. I would expect them to attack us down the right-hand side quite heavily then as a result of that, which just leaves us stretched. But who knows? Also, yeah, I mean, ironically, like as soon as announced that we signed Jeremy Jacquet, literally picked up an injury like the next day. So that's just the way that it's going for us right now. But yeah, Brian Brobby. Yeah, I imagine that he'd score one against us as well. Yeah, don't know how we contain these guys at their home stadium, given how kind of like hot and cold kind of form. Like we look like really good against Newcastle, and then like middling against a not great Man City side. So, but to be fair, like that game could have gone another way, and like we're always kind of like a little bit of a slave to the results. That being said, we've had a lot of bad results this year. So
I think the only potential is positive would be that Xhaka is also not available for Sunderland.
Right.
He's still injured as well. And since he's been injured, like their form has also kind of dipped in terms of like they lost to West Ham. They obviously beat Burnley, but then they lost to Arsenal as well. So he hasn't been available for the last 3. So they've taken 2 L's in those last 3 as well.
Right.
But yeah.
From Liverpool's perspective, I would probably say Ekitike is kind of like.
Yeah, I think Ekitike is the one. There was a question with regards to Ekitike in the chat as well. From Historia Films Kenya. What is your opinion on getting Gyökeres for Ekitike for the double, and then possibly selling for again maybe Ekitike or another striker? So it's like a 1 week swap kind of thing.
1 week swap for the double?
Yeah, and then get Ekitike back.
So per our conversation about Arsenal, do we think Gyökeres will start both of those games?
I don't think he'll start both of those games. I think Havertz is favorite.
Maybe start one of them.
Maybe. If anything,
but again, given that Arsenal have Wigan in the FA Cup, you'd probably expect Gyökeres to start that game.
Yeah.
And come on as a bench player, whereas Ekitike will definitely start this game.
Has a chance to score in this game.
Has a good chance to score. He would be my number one option to score in this game too. So, and obviously, I think we've had a probably big enough sample size to say that he's a much better player as well.
Yeah.
Than Gyökeres at this stage, at least in the Premier League. So yeah, I mean, like could be a great, could be a big egg on our face next week when Gyökeres scores 4 goals over 2 games. If you go for it,
I don't know if I would still want to do it unless you have a luxury of transfers that you're sitting.
Yeah, right. You got like
4 or 5 transfers, then yeah.
Yeah.
But like majority of us are sitting with like just 1 free transfer, 2 at best. I probably wouldn't do it because Ekitike is someone, even myself, I'm looking to potentially go and get in like Gameweek 28 when you guys, so after you guys have played Sunderland and Forest, you go for West Ham, Wolves, Spurs, Brighton, Fulham, like that run.
Good run.
Yeah. So
supposedly good run.
Yeah. So that's where I'm also trying to go and get Ekitike back.
Yeah. I mean, Spurs again. Yeah. Brighton, Fulham, Everton, Crystal Palace. Yeah. We end the season kind of hard with, United, Chelsea. Those United and Chelsea games will be very interesting as well, depending on like what the table looks like.
Aston Villa as well,
and then Villa as well straight after that. So yeah, back to back to back. And obviously, like if we go a little bit deeper in the Champions League, then we might be a little bit stressful. I'm quietly optimistic about our chances in the Champions League for some reason, even though we've been absolutely trash in the Premier League.
I think the I just think the Premier League teams, when they play in, like Anthony Gordon said this right on a press conference, he was like, it's just a slaughter in the Premier League games, whereas in the Champions League you have more space, more freedom, and I think the Premier League teams do benefit from that as well.
Right. It's almost like the opposite of PSG, right? Where
Yeah.
they just had a really easy league and then they couldn't kind of like handle it
Yeah.
when it came to went to the Champions League because it's just like so much more intense. So the Premier League is like kind of like, you know, the ultimate kind of like finishing school for like big teams, I guess. But yeah, sorry to answer the question. Yeah, it seems like quite a lot to go through just for
one
minimal
week.
possible returns, given that Djokovic is not guaranteed to start. If he was guaranteed to start, then maybe it'd probably be worth it, right?
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, that's Sunderland Liverpool, and then obviously we touched on Brentford earlier as well, in terms of some set pieces. But like, yeah, I mean, I've got Thiago, probably benching, but should I think about it again because it's end of the day, it's Brentford at home.
Yeah, and they've given Arsenal trouble in the past.
Yeah.
No, you know, the big chances over the last six games that we literally just mentioned, right? 21 big chances in the last 6 games. Huge. So, and we can't see where they're from, but we're going to probably have to assume they're from set pieces. The majority of them,
probably a lot of set pieces, long throws, and all of that.
Yeah,
definitely involved in it. Yep. So I mean, I don't know what type of game we're going to get from that against Arsenal, but maybe I start Thiago this week and just hedge my. I'm starting double Arsenal defense as well, but that's maybe because of the Wolves game as well.
It's just going to be a lot of hedging for you.
Yeah,
with the City Fulham game as well.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes, but yeah, that's basically it. Anything else to add?
No, I think we're quite comprehensive on all those things. Why don't we check out your team?
All right, team. This is how it was this week. 72 points. I captained Bruno Fernandes again, which
well done.
I was so close to more points because Sesko missed that last.
Oh, he did last minute with the assist. Yeah.
So I was like, no, but it is what it is. We take it. This is why I wanted to sell WHUvMUN because fixture's not great. I could do with a goalkeeper. So Henderson is someone I'm very interested in. I will start Guehi this week alongside the double Arsenal defense. So for those listening on audio, it's WHUvMUN in goal, Mukiele, Gabriel, Timber, Wilson, Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, Declan Rice, Enzo, Haaland, Joe Pedro, and on the bench was Dubravka, Thiago, Malik Chow, and Guehi. So yeah, I'll start Guehi this week over Mukiele. And then maybe I start Thiago over Harry Wilson.
I mean, if you're going to go full for City, I mean, so that's like, it's either you hedge both or you hedge none, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm not sure which side to kind of be on. Maybe I don't know. I'll probably try it and see because I have Guehi starting in defense. I'd like to keep a clean sheet from him. Obviously, I have Thiago. Now, obviously, Thiago scores. Thing is, if Thiago scores, there's a chance he can get some bonus as well because strikers do get a bit of bonus points on this. And we've just seen 21 chances created.
21 big chances.
The thing is, Arsenal are just good at keeping it very tight.
Very tight, yeah. Not giving away too much chances, right?
Yeah. My initial plan was to bench him, but maybe I think about it again. We'll see. But I feel like it's just.
We'll find out next week.
Yeah, I will know next week. And I'm kind of like, it feels like I'm debating between like 6 points versus 2 points. It's not too big of a difference that could happen.
Yeah.
So yeah. Captaincy will be on Gabriel this week.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust any of Arsenal's attackers confidently as much as I trust Arsenal's defense.
Yeah.
That's basically it for teams. And then in the chat, just quickly going to read a few things. I'll actually share this for you as well. So Andy says Justin Rice is now playing deeper, less points for him. Havertz is a favorite for the manager. I probably agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
After Sunderland by Liverpool. Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, the fixtures look quite good, didn't they?
Yeah. I'm on Haaland, Pedro, and Ekitike after this week, and after Burnley sell Chelsea for Thiago. Yeah, so I have JP. I could probably end up selling JP for Ekitike as a move. That's probably what I would do. You don't want Liverpool for Sunderland game. 1-0 there at best. Ooh, maybe 1-1.
Yeah, look, to be fair, I was kind of like back Liverpool to score. Like we definitely create enough chances, and now that we've got like guys that can reliably put ball in the back of the net
Yep.
again.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, that's basically it. Anything else to add? Nothing else? Oh, where?
No, not at all. Excited for the midweek fixtures and nice decent time for us to watch and not in the middle of the night. And obviously the FA Cup's going to be really exciting, which it always is.
True, indeed. Except for the deadline stream tomorrow, which I will be up doing. I haven't decided what exact time to do this deadline stream. I've got to the point where I go, these games are now way too late, and if there are no leaks involved that we need to know, I feel like I just go, okay, I'm just going to do the deadline stream much more earlier. Helps everyone else in like the Asian time zone as well, because it's not too late for them as well. And then just like go on with that day. That's why I did this Friday night deadline as well. I was like, I did it from 12:30 to 2:30 instead of starting it at 3:30 in the morning. So it's much better. So that's what I probably might do this week as well. But like,
yeah.
Those are the days where my body can stay up for so late.
No, dude. Yeah, exactly. Like, I just don't watch the 3:30 games anymore. I can't do it. Yeah, it just ruins 2 days.
Exactly. So yeah, that is basically it. Thank you to Ayon as well for joining. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, everyone. And I'll see you all tomorrow for the deadline stream. Until then, peace out.
Ciao.